The impact has been around our data collection and being more intentional about how we are safeguarding young people and quality assuring that safeguarding. I think working in the youth sector kind of means that you can get away with a lot of things, and it's just made sure that we're not even attempting to get away with anything. We're doing everything according to a high standard and developing a culture of accountability through our partnership.
I think the CSCP, the impacts that they give to us as an organisation is quite important in terms of being able to upskill our staff. We're very lucky that actually if we need any training needs, and we can't find the resources for it online because we know it can be really challenging out there to find the right stuff. Actually, Jesse's just on the phone or on an email to support us, to give us some tools so we can upskill our staff to ensure that we have an impact on our young people to safeguard them.
Working with the Safeguarding Partnership has been key to looking and identifying what best practice looks like. Legacy is part of a movement of organisations across the UK, part of the network of on-site youth zones. So as a collective, we're engaging with around 100,000 young people. We've worked with Jess and the partnership to look at the Section 11 audit versus our excellence framework and really identify that where there's gaps in our offer or what we consider best practice versus the Section 11 audit, really helped us frame our own excellent framework based on the support and guidance, which has now been rolled out across the UK, across all of our other youth zones as best practice. And we know that we've got that support from the partnership.
The boundary that's been broken is through the mechanism that you kindly introduced when you had this the tool to say, where are you to measure yourselves as organisations? Where are your policies and practices and procedures? And record it in a way that becomes meaningful so that organisations can learn and know what they need to do next. We've not had that before, and I think by inviting you in to showcase what the tool can do, that really has allowed organisations to go, that's fine that I'm at red bar as long as I'm working towards the green. So it becomes then more about a collaborative partnership, again, breaking down that barrier. From a reporting perspective, when I report back to my VL youth colleagues quarterly on the funds for my ends, I was able to demonstrate very clearly these are the tools in place for partners to give themselves their own self-assessments, in addition to what I can do to support. That's been hugely helpful.
I'm very passionate about making sure that we safeguard our young people. And one of the things that obviously we do with the CSCP is actually if we need to review any policies, if we need to review, like I already said, about training, anything safeguarding in general, that we can make sure that we give them the best opportunity in life. CSCP are right on the end of the phone or on an email to support us.
So if I use data as an example, when it comes to sharing data, people get shy because they're not sure. First of all, sometimes people don't know what the purpose of data collection is. So what are you going to do with the data? Then it's, do we even have that data? Then it's, is our data telling us what we need it to say, and are we doing it wrong? So people can be shy about being quality assured because you're literally putting yourself on the table, say, here, this is what we're doing. But part of why the relationship works is seeing it as an opportunity to take feedback and actually do better. So an example more recently is like, why are we not collecting more ethnicities? We made a very big intention about collecting the ethnicities of the community that we're serving because it's important.
Through the partnership, it's allowed us to, one, make sure we're networking with the right organisations. So the partnership has put us in contact with other people who essentially can help fill a gap in the services we deliver, which in turn means we're able to make sure we're directing young people to the right services and being able to get right spaces for support, what they need outside of our opening times. It's also helped us to equip and empower our staff team to be prepared at grassroots level, looking at those really lower level safeguardings or things that we might not have necessarily recognised as a concern. The team feel more empowered, more equipped, with better resources to be able to, one, hold those conversations, but two, identify next steps for young people.
Organisations can advance forward safely to ask for your guidance and help. And I think historically, people might have thought, oh my goodness, are we in trouble if we don't know X? What the relationship style about having you in the space by brokering some difficult conversation at times has showed our delivery partners, put your hand up, Jess is here to support as opposed to instruct. That's quite different, I think.
Talk to each other, because there's so many young people in Croydon who have so many professionals in their life and so many people around them trying to support them that don't talk to each other. So if you're not engaged in any sort of partnership, you're not building trust with the services around a young person or the network, and so your support is actually quite shallow. So if you want to make it deeper and more effective and more impactful, then work in partnership with the VCS, with the statutory services and people involved in the safeguarding partnership.
People buy into people, and I think that Jess was and has been part of the community, not just a person coming to represent her company, but part of the community. And I think it puts you in a position, or myself or anyone who runs an organisation, in a position of feeling relaxed, wanting to open up, wanting to speak more. And more importantly, I think being honest. A lot of the times when you're talking about your organisation and your safeguarding policies or your practices, you might be very closed if you know something's not in order. But if you work with someone who you know genuinely cares about the community, and again, as I said, more importantly, is part of the community, it's a lot easier to open up, and therefore it's easier for her to do her work.
So having Jess present at our community events and our opportunities to network has really helped bring organisations together through sharing best practice and understanding not just the needs within our organisations or individual organisations, but how collectively the needs are met as a borough. We know we've got nearly 100,000 young people in Croydon who all have individual needs. We look after young people who are part of the care system from out of borough who are moved to this space. Through Jess's networking opportunities and just always constantly being present, being a voice, someone you can pick up the phone to, we've now formed with other key youth organisations a contextualised safeguarding forum. That means organisations are coming together looking at high-risk individuals who are accessing different services and what that holistic framework looks like as organisations coming together to support those young people. Without the opportunity to engage, that wouldn't have happened. And now, as a result, we're able to make sure that young people are, getting the best that they need, right pathways, and always have someone to listen to.